Hi, and welcome to the series. It's gonna be between Lin versus Yumiko. Might as well cast the game featuring Lin, as he recently went, I guess, over Tho in the Gamers ranking. So, yeah, welcome to the High Nice Cup. This is gonna be the second series I've casted with these High Nice maps. As you can see, the perspective of the camera is a little bit distanced, as these units and buildings are very tiny. Lin's opponent is gonna be Yumiko, who is fourth ranked in the Gosu's website, although that might not actually be the overall world ranking. It's the ranking I basically follow. Although JN is not in those rankings. So it is gonna be an Orc versus Human. I do apologize for the amount of Human versus Human matchups I have been casting back to back. I haven't actually casted many Orc games, at least as far as I remember. So no Archmage versus Archmage anytime soon. But we are gonna go into the second most used hero, which is the Blade Master. Blade Master versus Archmage. Blade Master overall is the better hero out of the two, as Blade Master is valuable in all kind of game, early game to late game, while the Archmage not that very useful at level 6. Because mass teleport not really used that much. It looks like Lin might actually get quite a bit of damage from that peon. He probably could. No, he did not lose that to Yumiko, but he lost my train of thought. Lin did lure out the creep camp for Yumiko. I think that helped Yumiko more than it helped Lin. Null Overseer is gonna get killed and dropping the item, a Circle of Nobility. A very good item for any type of hero, as it increases attributes by 2 across the board. Blade Master was able to take down that water elemental, so it looks like Lin is gonna go for the more harassive strategy with that Blade Master and gonna creep out his opponent's creep camp. Lin is gonna draw that Blade Master away from that Null Brute to redirect that aggro, and looks like Yumiko is gonna go for that Drake. Much like the previous series, which I forgot. I think it was Yumiko versus JN or something of the sort. Yumiko is gonna go for the keep a little bit later than Lin. Lin is gonna keep on pumping out those grunts, as Lin is continuing to steal creep camp from Yumiko. Lin was able to steal a Circle of Nobility from that Murloc Nightcrawler. Always get confused with Murloc and Murgle, but nonetheless, these Yumiko is gonna creep out his opponent's creep camp. As well, he's gonna take down the Null that carries the tome, and as well as the Overseer, which carries the item. He was able to pick up a Tome of Strength. Neither hero really benefits from it, but maybe the Blade Master. Oh wow, Archmage does have 2 claws of attack plus 6. Plus with that Circle of Nobility gives him plus 14 damage. So Yumiko actually has really good items for the Archmage. Archmage, however, does not really benefit from those basic attacks, except for that time, which that was a peon. Tome of Intelligence has been dropped, but not going to be picked up, as there is no hero to read that tome. So what is these people gonna do? Arcane Vault is gonna be built for Yumiko, as a War Mill is going to be dropped down for Lin. Yumiko is going to lose this Water Elemental once again. 3 grunts, that is a lot of hit points to take down, as well as damage to receive. Level 3 on the Archmage, level 2, nearly level 3 on that Blade Master. Blade Master still, I believe, is more effective against that Archmage than that Archmage against that Blade Master. Water Elementals is going to continuously be dropped down, probably going to harass, but won't do enough damage for any peons to be killed. Peon is going to receive the very pointy end of that stick, plus 14 damage for that Archmage. Archmage probably, if Yumiko did control right, he would have taken down that Water Elemental before that Blade Master, Arcane's, and deny that experience. Panda and Brewmaster was hired a little while ago and is gonna deal a whole world of pain for these peasants. Gonna drop down like a rock after 2 Breath of Fires in the face. Yumiko's footman was surrounded by 4 grunts, not actually an ideal situation if you think about it. Orc Burrow is gonna continue being occupied by peons, but piercing damage not really effective against heavy armor. Panda Brewmaster does decide to run away, as that Arcane Sanctum is not actually being built. Archmage is going to intercept these grunts, but I'm not sure if it's wise, seeing as there is a fountain of health next to it. Orc units generally benefit more from the fountain of health than human players, mainly because that fountain of health is percentage based. Calls of Attack +6 has been picked up by that Panda Brewmaster, almost at level 2. Dust of Appearance, nice Stormbolt, able to stun that Blade Master. Blade Master is gonna deal quite a bit of damage, forcing the Scroll of Town portal, but unfortunately abandoning the Mountain King and 5 footmen. Red Drake will not be going down anytime soon, as there is absolutely no anti-air for the Orc player. And here we go with this little engagement. As I said before, Orc players, Orc grunts usually benefit more from the Fountain of Health.
A player's forces are under attack.
But then again, oh wow, oh, what happened? I have no idea what happened. I did not actually see that Archmage get taken down. I do apologize for that. Yumiko is gonna go for the Sorcerer's Priest build, while Lin is gonna go for that Raider. Raider and Spirit Walker build. Yeah, I think I know why I kinda missed that. I usually thought Yumiko was in the bottom left, but I was wrong. I believe that Tome of Intelligence was eventually picked up by that Mountain King, benefiting from mana regeneration and flat bonus mana. Sorceress is gonna attract that Ogre Warrior, but that Blade Master is nearby, gonna take down a Priest if he's not careful. Slow has been casted, but Ensnare has been casted on that Priest as well, even though the Blade Master is not benefiting from that slow movement speed and slow attack speed. It's going to contradict what he usually is, and that is a speedy, fast attacking killing machine. Ensnare on that Ogre Warrior, preventing that additional DPS on the Orc player. Archmage, where's the Archmage? Oh, Archmage is still being revived. That is actually a long revive, even for a level 3 hero. Mountain King is caught in a bad situation. Either the creep will fall or his army will fall. But it looks like an Ensnare is going to go on that Spellbreaker. However, won't take much damage from any spell attacks, as it's kind of impossible as he is spell immune. Archmage has finally been revived, as well as the Mountain King. This might actually be a bad engagement for actually never mind, forget about that. That Breath of Fire actually changed a whole lot. Slow is being cast around the boards. Militia was forced to be called, but Lin's army is actually looking very strong. Basically they're soldiers versus magic users. Slow is casted on that Blade Master, but Windwalk trying to get rid of that slow with increased movement speed. And we might have a little engagement right here. Spellbreaker stealing some buffs. Which kind of buffs is it? Spirit Link. Spellbreakers is going to steal that Spirit Link, so those Spellbreakers will not actually cast anymore for quite a while. Stormbolt on that Blade Master. Blade Master does have Scroll of Healing and a potion of Listen of Vulnerability. Footman has been caught with Ensnare, probably will be taken down soon. There we go. The entire army is actually benefiting from War Drums, which is increased 2 damage, I believe. Yes, it is. And we will have another engagement right here. Yumiko does look a little bit in the disadvantage. Scroll of Healing has been used, keeping that Sorcerer's army slash magic user's army alive. Mountain King probably should get another Stormbolt on that Blade Master, but he does not have enough mana. If only there was a Blood Mage. But unfortunately, Spellbreaker will be ensnared once again. Spellbreaker is just being taken down one by one. Clarity Potion has been used, but was interrupted by that Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire dealing quite a bit of damage, as you can see by the hit points right there. Even the Spellbreakers, even though they weren't actually hit by that Breath of Fire, is low on health. Raider will be taken down by millions of magical birds. I'm not sure if Bash was trained up as a second ability, but it looks like this Panda Brewmaster, I'm not sure how his health got back up. Scroll Town Portal has been forcefully used. Spellbreaker will be taken down before the Orc army retreats. Yumiko not actually looking very strong. He only has 2 Spellbreakers, 2 Priests, and 5 Sorceresses. Of course, you would like a lot of Sorceresses, but you actually need quite a bit of Spellbreakers to counter basically everything of the Orc army. Usually the choice between this mass spellcaster army is that these guys actually do magic damage. Magic damage does bonus damage to heavy armor, which is what these grunts and grunts are. Raiders do have normal armor apparently. So normal attack type like Spellbreakers, for example, is perfect against these raiders. However, these magic users do have unarmored armor, but thankfully there is no piercing damage except for this single Kodo beast. However, in a personal preference, I don't think this mass spellcaster army is effective against a big Orc army such as the grunts, even though they have heavy armor. Just look at the damage range of these sorceresses and priests. 8 to 9 for the priests, 10 to 12 for these sorceresses. I think it's much better to just either get riflemen, mortar teams, or possibly some siege weapons like mortar teams. Because as you can see, Kodo beasts and Spirit Walkers have unarmored. Looks like, oh, this is bad engagement. Sorceresses are actually in the front of this army. Scroll of Haste, question mark, I think was used. I think that's what it's called, Scroll of Haste, Spirit Link being used, but Spellbreakers are slowly stealing that buff for themselves. Slow. You can hear slow being abused right now. This orc army is not actually benefiting from attack speed or move speed at all, as they have reduced everything. Scroll of Healing was used, but unfortunately this does not look good for Yumiko. Yumiko doesn't exactly look like he will make it out alive. Mountain King looking strong. Actually, not really strong. He was half health, and lost that game. Lost game 1 to Lin. My thoughts. Killing that Archmage, which I mistakenly did not see, caused Lin to get a very good lead, I guess. Oh well, thank you for watching. See you at game 2 of this best of 3.